Hi, and welcome to ECED 5354 Week 1. So, I just wanted to provide this introduction video to talk a little bit about what you're gonna explore in this week. So this is our first week together. And in this week, you have three tasks to complete. You won't always have three tasks, but this week there are three. The first is an introduction task. The second is a discussion task, and the third is a deeper thinking or deeper look task. I strongly suggest that you read the instructions for each task carefully because there are different guidelines for each task. Um, and so clearly, I want everyone to be successful. So please review the guidelines and the instructions provided before you dive into the tasks. Um, so as we start this module, we're introduced to STEM in early childhood, and we look at the importance of STEM in in the world, in society, why it's important for our for our lives, for the workforce, for our growing economy, for humankind. And then we look at the importance of STEM in early childhood, and why we need to embed STEM in early childhood. We look at models of early childhood curriculum and specifically models of integrating STEM experiences into early childhood and what high quality integrated early childhood curriculum can look like. We talk about the formation of STEM identities, and how that is so important for young children, very young children. And then the impact that adults have on both the STEM experiences young children have and the formation of those STEM identities. We dive into things, although they're not labeled in the beginning, uh, they're not labeled into much later in our readings, into stereotype threat that teachers have, that early childhood teachers have, that families have, and how that impacts young children and the young children that we work with. And that's in our first discussion. That happens in our first discussion. We talk about the state of early childhood education in the U.S., challenges that are faced, as well as opportunities to change STEM in STEM in early childhood. And those ideas are to improve STEM are grounded in research. And so we explore some of the research that's been provided. And in the deeper look, the third task for this week, we have a very thoughtful exploration into inequality and equity um, in STEM. And there is a lot of rich and thoughtful data, as well as insights and proposed changes that can be, or I should say, recommendations that can be enacted to address some inequities. So I look forward to seeing your insights based on these materials. There are some optional readings and videos that are provided. I would encourage you to review some of those optional sources if you have the opportunity. They might connect to you in different ways, either the work that you're doing or something that you're interested in. So I would suggest they're there, so they might be useful. And again, I look forward to seeing your insights. I hope you have a great week, and I hope you are as moved by the materials that are provided and inspired by the materials that are provided that I have been. Be well.